Hello everyone, it's Joe here and welcome back to Train Simulator 2021. You find us sat here at Manchester Piccadilly in this Transport for Wales Class 175, about to drive the new route from Alan Thomson Sim, the Chat Moss line. And yeah, we're starting at Manchester Piccadilly. We'll get the doors open and I'll just get the unit set up, and then we'll talk about where we're going to be headed today. We'll take the DRA off because we've got the signal. Now, on this particular route, it's Manchester to Liverpool via the Chat Moss line. You've got both Piccadilly and Victoria down to Liverpool. It also has, however, the branch off at Earlestown down towards Warrington Bank Quay. So in this particular video, we'll be driving a Transport for Wales livery Class 175, tick, all the way through to Warrington Bank Quay. We'll be calling at Manchester Oxford Road, Newton-le-Willows, Earlestown and Warrington Bank Quay, where a relief driver is going to continue on to Chester. Does it just go to Chester? Yeah, I think this is one of the COVID-19 services. Normally they run through to Llandudno, Holyhead, somewhere down that neck of the woods. And if you look, you'll see the signal is green with nothing in this little theatre box. When the doors shut, there'll be a short delay. Doors are shut. And then we should get the R for the RA. Now, we got buzz, that's just the unit, unfortunately. You can't do anything about that. Manchester Piccadilly and Manchester Victoria use what's called RA dispatch, or green flag dispatch, as it's also known. Now, what that means is when the dispatcher gives the conductor or the guard the first tip with the signal, they don't wave the signal round in the air, do they? With the bat. Another Transport for Wales there. So the dispatcher on the platform gives the conductor the first tip, as it's known, with the bat. The conductor then shuts the doors. Now, that's exactly the same process in both right-of-way dispatch and buzz dispatch. I'm sure it's got a technical name, but I call it buzz dispatch. Green flag and buzz dispatch. Now, in buzz dispatch, you get the second tip when all the doors are closed and all the hazard lights are extinguished, and you get on the train, shut your door and go buzz. You might have seen a conductor do that before. If I'm teaching you to suck eggs, then just gloss over this bit. You know, look at the buildings in Manchester. Aren't they pretty? But yes, the green flag dispatch, on the second tip, you show a green flag. They give you the tip with the baton, and you show the dispatcher a green flag or a green torch if it's dark. You then get on the train and you don't press buzz. You don't. So the thing there at Piccadilly going buzz doesn't happen. Lies. All lies. And so you show them the green flag, get on the train, and you just stand there. The dispatcher then goes to the signal panel, or the where the TRTS, train ready to start button is, and then they turn a T key or they press a button. It's different in different locations. And what that does is it basically turns it to R or RA. Appears just above the signal. Now, it doesn't happen here at Oxford Road. It's a bit of a bizarre one. Here we are. There we go. Get that one open. Doors open. So yeah, it doesn't happen here at Oxford Road. So what we find is you stop at Piccadilly, where it's green flag dispatch. Oxford Road is normal buzz dispatch. And then when you get round to Victoria, it's back to green flag dispatch again. It's a very, very bizarre way of doing things, but I'm sure there's a reason. There always is a reason, isn't there? But yes, so on this, Piccadilly is like that. Liverpool is also like that for the Class 68s and Mark 5s. I don't know if the Pendolinos use it at Liverpool. I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. But yeah, so there you go. That's also simulated in this route, which I think it could be the first route to actually simulate that. I don't know of any others that does, but yeah, if you're making a scenario, you can weave the RA into your dispatch. The only problem is like I say, you'll get a buzz from whatever unit it is you're driving, but you know, that can't be helped. There we go, buzz, back to the conductor, and this time we do actually have a buzz, that's correct. Now, there's no point flooring it out of Manchester Oxford Road, because obviously it goes straight to 20, well, it's 20 at the minute, goes to 35, so by the time, if we leave this at 50%, yeah, about 50%, that'll do. It's nice to see whoever's done the scenario. It's grey, raining, well, it's not raining, but it's grey and miserable, isn't it? You know, this is very accurate for Manchester. And actually, as you look round, the scenery and the buildings, I can't help but feel that there's some sort of building over there, maybe? I feel maybe they're building something, but yeah, that seems a little bit open. But apart from that, the scenery around here and the buildings are pretty decent. I mean, you can tell where you're meant to be, can't you? Now, I think quite a lot of the assets that you see on this are from the Liverpool to Manchester route. Now, that's available from Dovetail Games. Now, the Liverpool to Manchester route turns to the left here because that goes via Warrington. There's two ways to get to Liverpool. Well, there's probably quite a few more ways you could go via Preston, for instance. But, you know, direct lines, there's two from Manchester. You either go via Newton-le-Willows and the Chat Moss, which is where we're going today, or you can go via Warrington Central, which is if you turn off left there. So because you obviously require that route, there's quite a lot of assets that have been used, particularly from around this area, and that's quite clear to see. Now if you turn right here, you go over the Odsal Cord. There you go. And that takes you round to Manchester Victoria, and that is currently used by TransPennine Express Redcar Central services. It was used by the Newcastle services as well, but they've not been running since COVID-19, still running a reduced timetable. We're now coming round to what's called Water Street Junction. So it makes a triangle. These lines joining us from the right come from Manchester Victoria, and in the last video where we drove the Class 802, we drove over that bit over to Victoria. These lines bending off to the right here go off towards Preston and Blackpool North. Salford Crescent, that's up that way. And we can open the taps up now to full power. So yeah, you know, you can see why this is, I mean, it's all two-track from Manchester Piccadilly, all two-track round to this point. You've got lines coming in and out all over the place, so I'm sure you can understand as to why this is one of the most congested areas of network just outside London. It's way outside London, but one of the most congested areas of network outside London. It is meant to be, there was talks that it's going to be upgraded to 4-track. We don't know if that's ever going to happen. I mean, that should have been done before. But yeah, hopefully it would be a good one because there are so many trains through that little section of corridor. It would be a lot better if it was upgraded to 4-track. You'd be able to fit a lot more traffic through the line. We discussed in the last video. Great to come flying down here when all the cars are I don't know why, I'm not thinking of my words today, am I? Great to come flying down here when all the cars are jam-packed, gridlocked. That's the word, gridlocked. Came to me in the end. Has to be said, the 175 is not a quick train, is it really? I don't know, does Train Sim... Surely Train Sim doesn't... They feel faster than this in real life. I mean, albeit not much faster. You know, but they do feel a little bit quicker than this. This feels very slow. Oh. Having a little bit of a problem with the old lag there at Eccles. Or just before Eccles, anyway. It's not what we want. It's not what we want. Absolutely not. Oh, hang on, we're speeding. Right, we'll knock that down to... Well, we'll knock that down to idle. Brake a little bit. There we go. So we've got Eccles here. Got the old signal box on the left-hand side. I don't believe that that's still in use. I could be mistaken, but I think it's all controlled by Manchester now. We've got Eccles Station with the loops on the right. Oh, hang on. Looks like the old rain. Yeah, it's going to be a miserable run, this one, isn't it? There we go. Oh, the Arriva bus is on the right-hand side there. Gripe from my last video, that's not an Arriva depot. There's a lot of double-deckers there that are just plain white. I don't actually know what organisation it is that runs them. I'd be very intrigued to know. But so if you do know, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know in the comments, what do you think to this route? Have you gone out and bought it? I mean, this route costs you £24.99. You can get that from the Alan Thomson Sim website. The link's in the description. And if you do have a subscription to Alan Thomson Sim, you'll probably have already got this route already. But it will be a mere £14.99. So that's £10 off from having a subscription. Now, it's not often that I actually come out and give a definite, like, I recommend, I don't recommend. You know, I often say, oh, well, you know, this is what I think. What do you think? But, you know, I really do think that if you have an interest in this area, you should go out and buy this route. I really do. It's a good route. It really is a good route. It's one of the best routes that's been released recently anyway. And there's such a mixture of traffic on it. I said this in the last video as well. You've got your Transport for Wales services, for instance, that because we've got, for instance, because we've got down to Warrington Bank Quay, you can drive this route, you know, these services. It'd be nice to have down to Manchester Airport, but you can't have everything, can you, you know. As well, with this going to Warrington Bank Quay, we've nearly got the full North Wales coastal route, haven't we, when you think about it? Because we haven't got Manchester Airport to Piccadilly, granted, but you've got no you haven't, you've got Piccadilly to Warrington Bank Quay, which is the bit we're driving now. We're missing Warrington to Chester, but then you've got Chester to Holyhead, if you were lucky enough to buy it in time, and Llandudno, so there's a lot there. Think about that. But yeah, get the missing link tied on, and you can drive the full route if they make it. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'd like to see that. Oh, there's someone coming the other way here. Who's this? Looks like a 158. Oh, it is. It's a Northern 158. Hello to you. So that must be on the Chester to Leeds service. Yeah, Chester to Leeds. That comes via Warrington as well, doesn't it? It's one of the Northern services that obviously comes the same way as the Transport for Wales, and then shoots off down the Calder Valley. So we need to slow down for 60 miles an hour over Astley level crossing, Astley signal box. There we go. We'll just take it nice and steady. I think we've got quite a bit of standing time at Newton-le-Willows, so there's absolutely no rush. And one thing that I really do like, we'll go past it, you'll see it there. If we zoom in, can you see the little yellow and black posts here? And these were put up since the wires went up, so that if you've got a tall vehicle, it will come into contact with the cowbells. Oh, hello, Astley signaller. It will come into contact with the cowbells, and you will know that your vehicle is too high, and you're going to touch the fizzy knitting. And we can't be having that. But yeah, it's a simple little invention, isn't it? But I'm glad that they've included it in the route, because if that wasn't there, you probably wouldn't have noticed, would you? But it's just little details, and I always say this, and this is why I have fallen in love with this route so much. Not because Alan and the crew gave me early access to test it. That's not the reason. I'm not saying this because I know it'll upset them if I say, oh, I don't like this route. Because, you know, it does have its faults. I've picked up on that. There's a couple of things that I would like to see changed. We'll speak more about that at Newton-le-Willows. But yeah, lots of little things like that that just make me fall in... I mean, this, for instance. That. Now, when we were testing, me and my friend Mike, we pointed this out. We said, that signal is wonky. You know, you've attached it wrong there. It's wonky. And we sent it to them. Like, signal's wonky. Get it sorted. and they actually sent a picture of the real life signal, which is wonky, and we were just like, whoa, as if they've actually gone to that level of checking each individual signal. But, you know, so that is what you can expect from this route, and that is why it comes so heavily recommended from myself. You really, if train sim is something you enjoy doing, you enjoy driving semi-fast, stopping services, or express, which is pretty much an umbrella for every train passenger service, stopper, semi-fast or express. Yeah, that more or less covers all of them, doesn't it? You know, this really is a route you need to check out. And of course, with the 185 on the way from you know, there's not many routes that it would seem more at home on than this route here, Chat Moss. I mean, well, of course, there's a lot of routes that would seem at home on Huddersfield to Manchester, and that's another one, isn't it? You can drive now from Liverpool to Manchester via both Piccadilly, Victoria, Warrington, Newton-le-Willows. You can drive Manchester to Huddersfield from both Piccadilly and Victoria, and you can drive Leeds to York, York to Newcastle, York to Middlesbrough, and we're missing Huddersfield to Leeds. So, you know, someone make Huddersfield. Chop chop. Is it too difficult? I do also believe that there's other routes from around that area that are in progress. In fact, I think someone's already doing Huddersfield to Leeds, aren't they? There's the chaps that did Harrogate Loop. Is it On Track Simulation? I believe that they're doing Huddersfield. Yeah, they are, because they're doing Leeds to Manchester, aren't they? Via Huddersfield. So that would be an absolutely brilliant one. The Calder Valley, that could also be a good route. You know, there's a lot of routes from around here. I think Manchester and Manchester in particular and Leeds have really gone, you know, they've been really neglected by the train sim community, and it's well, not the train sim community, because it's not them, but train sim developers have really neglected Manchester and Leeds, and it's really, really good to see that now now there are starting to be more routes from Manchester and Leeds. It's really, really nice. So Transpennine, I can never understand why they never did Transpennine. You know, Dovetail Games, why didn't they do Transpennine? I mean, it didn't have to be with the 185 if they were struggling with the licensing. They've got a 158, they've done a 170. So I just cannot understand why they wouldn't do Leeds to Manchester. Or why they haven't done it sooner. So you've got Parkside Junction here, that's where the 350s used to leave off to Edinburgh and Glasgow, that's Wigan North Western, and I believe that at this moment in time it's the Barrow and Furness services and the Windermere's operated by Northern that use that line there, and then it joins back in, forms a triangle, there you go. And we just need to slow down now into Newton-le-Willows. I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. There we go, we'll see if we can, we'll just slowly go down to the S-car stop board. That'll do. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. So, Newton-le-Willows. I think that the gap is pretty accurate for Newton-le-Willows. I think maybe I do have a tendency to fall out of the train at this station. I think perhaps that platform could do a bit lower, maybe the track a little bit higher, but that's if you really, really want to split hairs. This station is one of my favourites on this route. Oh, there's a TransPennine coming the other way. Hello, colleague from another train operating company. Yeah, I really do like this. I like this because of this map. This is one of my favourite bits, but I also like the fact 26 steps is here, 26 steps to the left. Oh, hang on, we'll move out the way so we don't get it. And then 48 steps to the right. You know, so I really, really like the fact that they've actually taken that level of detail. These black logos around here, I think they're fantastic. I don't like this bus, because I either don't have any buses in that livery anymore, but that's if I've been really nitpicky, and again, the developers are probably listening to that, thinking, oh, stop banging on about that flaming bus, it's just a bus, nobody's bothered. Well, Joe's bothered, it's caused me many night sleeps. Well, it's cost me, sorry, many a night's sleep because of that. Anyway, I'll skip ahead to leaving, because I think that's about as much Newton-le-Willows as we can take in one video. So as you can see, the TransPennine has gone, and we're just waiting for our time to depart. I mean, it said about 10:14, didn't it? So maybe it's a few seconds after. The rain is just as miserable. In fact, we're going to get the windscreen wipers on a little bit faster there, because it seems to be getting heavier, doesn't it? Again, you can't really argue with how realistic this is for the northwest of England. Come on, anytime now. Get doors shut, guard. We're going to be late at this rate. There we go. Thank you very much. Now, I don't think we're going to struggle with wheel slip at this station. Oh, hang on, we are. Oh, I thought we'd be alright there. Ah, right, well, we'll try again. 75%. Let's, oh, no, a little bit more to knock it down to 50%. What about now? Ah, there we go. Right, it's accepting it now. I mean, we're not going to get too fast, are we? Because Earlestown is our next stop, and you can practically see Earlestown from Newton-le-Willows. It's the two stations are not very far apart at all. Yeah, less than a mile away. Right, so I reckon to about 40. 40 will do, 42 miles an hour. Or 42.9 if you wish to be specific. Got the banner repeater there. And we'll start just easing it down nice and steady for the 20 mile an hour speed limit into Earlestown. So we've got the position, the route indicator, the feather as it's also known. Junction indicator. And the lines that go straight on obviously go to Liverpool, that's down the fast lines, and this station is one of the lesser spotted triangular stations. I'm going to be speeding into here, there we go, just a little bit, never mind. And this is obviously a very, very tight piece of track, very, very tight corner into Earlestown station. There we go, Earlestown station there, and that is the money shot, isn't it? The train coming around the corner there, get them doors open. So if we zoom out, you can actually see what I mean when I say a triangular station. You've got the fast lines running across the top there, we're on these platforms here, and then there's a single platform. You get northern stopping services from Liverpool to Warrington Bank Quay, which use that. You've got the disused platform just round there. Very sad that that's not there anymore. And to be honest with you, there's always the potential what with train travel on the up. You know, with the current climate emergency, etc., etc., there's always the demand for that platform to get reinstated. You just never know. Maybe we'll see it one day. There we go. Off we go, full steam ahead. Again, there's no need to rush. No need to rush because it is only 20 out of Earlestown. I mean, look at that. It does look good, doesn't it, the 175? Armstrong Powerhouse really have done a good job, haven't they, with this enhancement pack? Right, there we go. We'll bang it in full power and see where it gets us. I don't think we'll get up to 70, to be honest with you. I mean, I could be mistaken. So where this line goes now, if we go to the map, where are we on the map? So you can see here, we come along here. This little spur here that goes down, that's the West Coast Main Line. So we can either join it, though. That's Parkside Junction, where I said the 350s went off up to Wigan. And then we go over the West Coast, and then we join in with it here down to Warrington. So it's quite a good, efficient way of doing things. I mean, I really like this. I just enjoy... I don't know, I just think it's quite well thought out. You know, it's like the slip road to a motorway, isn't it? You know, you go over the top, down. Obviously, we don't go round a roundabout, but that's just being silly. Right, let's bung a bit of braking in there. A little bit of braking to slow down for the 50. Now, one thing I have noticed while I've been driving up and down this set is if you look, the 50 mile an hour is actually here, shown on the display. And it's not the end of the world. I think it's something that was just missed in testing maybe. But look, my speed limit is about to drop to 50. There you go. It's at 50 before the thing telling you need to do 50. So that's one little thing that might need adjusting there. Oh, bit of a jolt there. We're going back down to 50 to go across there. Yeah, it doesn't seem to pick up. I mean, this is 50 over here, so that is correct. It's just missing one of the little route markers to tell you that you need to slow down. Again, not the end of the world. It's certainly not a deal breaker when it comes to how much I enjoy driving this route. It's just a little thing that perhaps needs a patch just to bring it up to speed with the rest of the route. So full steam ahead down into Warrington Bank Quay now. And we're very much venturing into the unknown when it comes to my knowledge of this route. I could do up until Earlestown, but I do not work trains down here, so I can't tell you if it's accurate or if it's not. But we can have a little look around Warrington Bank Quay station when we get there to see what's what. Oh, these things are painfully slow, aren't they? They really are painfully slow. I mean, I can't tell you if this is accurate or not, but the level of detail, you know, with the shrubs, the fencing, around the gantries and everything, I can well believe that this is up to the same quality as the rest of the route. It's almost like a little bonus that you get. I mean, I know that this line has already been done in the West Coast Main Line Missing Link, which is also available from Alan Thomson Sim. But I think it's very good. I do. I think it's a really nice addition to the route. And obviously it gives us these extra scenarios to drive. Oh, another Transport for Wales there. Hello. We've got a yellow signal coming up, which means we're not getting all the way up to 90 mile an hour. There we go. We'll just bung a bit of braking in. Double yellow, so we're obviously been brought down in terms of speed there, because then this will be your single yellow and your red will be at the end of the platform at Warrington Bank Quay. we'll just ease it down nice and gentle. I mean, we're not due in until 10:24, so we can... But it's quite tight, that, isn't it? And even going at full pelt, it's been... you know, we've not got a lot of time. That is just so typically railway, isn't it? You have loads of time sat waiting at Newton-le-Willows, and then you've got to drive like a bat out of hell to make your time for the next bit. It's like, why not just reduce the time sat there, and then we'd have longer to get down here? Which, even as I say it, I think that I know the answer to that, and that's probably due to when we come onto the West Coast Main Line, there'll be a... there'll probably be an Avanti that's pathed to go across, and that will interrupt with this, won't it? So perhaps that's the reason. I don't know, maybe it's not. Oh, there's a 66 by the looks of things in the platform at Warrington. And what will be interesting to see is at the missing link, Warrington was the main station on the missing link route, which had a humongous gap between the train and the platform. And, you know, it was quite laughable, the gap between the train and the platform. So we shall see if they have fixed it for this route. I'm really hoping they have. We'll have a look at that in just a little moment. We've still got the nice iconic red pillars from when it was Virgin Trains. Very nice indeed. And that's going to bring us to the end of today's video. We're arriving into Warrington now. It's where this scenario finishes. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, click that like button and comment what you think to this route. Do you like it? Do you not? Yeah, just, you know, let me know your thoughts. I'm always interested to hear whether I'm just being biased. Look at that gap. That is pretty spot on now. I'm very impressed with that. They've taken everyone's comments on board, and it appears that Warrington is fixed for this route. Let's have another look round Warrington there. It's, yeah, the gap there's pretty solid, and so you just imagine it will be here. So yeah, I think that they've done a pretty good job. I always thought Warrington was bigger. It feels bigger, obviously, but yeah, I thought Bank Quay was a lot bigger than this. I guess it's because of all the freight lines over there. Yeah, I always thought the station was bigger. Yeah. To be fair, I've not been in a hell of a long time. But there we go, that is the Chap Moss with a class 175. We'll let him get off to Chester, and hopefully I shall see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, cheerio, goodbye for now.